Jacob Fatu is fighting for his career right now, lying on an operating table after one of the most brutal assaults in recent WWE history. What Drew McIntyre did on SmackDown wasn't just a storyline beatdown. It was an act of destruction so violent that WWE's medical team had to question whether the attack should have been stopped sooner. The Samoan werewolf, once the most dominant newcomer in the company, is now facing the possibility that his career could be over before it truly began. It all started during what was supposed to be a standard Bloodline promo. Solo Sikoa stood in the ring declaring their dominance, with Jacob beside him as silent muscle, when Drew's music hit. The crowd roared, but this wasn't about hype, it was about rage. Drew entered with his steel chair in hand, locked eyes with Jacob, and called him a monster, promising to end him just like every other so-called beast he'd faced. Without hesitation, Drew swung that steel chair straight into Jacob's knee, not the back or shoulder, but the knee, with full force. The crack of metal on bone silenced the crowd. Jacob fell instantly, clutching his leg in real agony, not the scripted kind. Solo tried to intervene, but Drew slammed the chair into his ribs, sending him tumbling out of the ring. What followed was nothing short of horrifying. Drew dragged Jacob by his injured leg, pinned it between the steel steps and the ring post, and with a devastating kick, crushed the joint completely. The crowd begged him to stop, but Drew only smiled. Then he locked in a figure-4 leg lock, pulling on the ropes for leverage, cranking the pressure far beyond safe limits. Jacob's screams echoed through the arena as WWE officials tried to stop the madness. But Drew wasn't finished. He lifted those same steel steps above his head and smashed them down onto Jacob's leg again, leaving him motionless and crying in pain. EMTs rushed to the ring, placing Jacob's leg in an air cast before carefully loading him onto a stretcher. That's when Drew grabbed a microphone. Standing over Jacob's broken body, he sneered, saying this was the price of standing with Roman Reigns, that Jacob's career was over, and every member of the Bloodline would meet the same fate. The arena erupted in hatred, but Drew reveled in it, promising to destroy Roman's entire empire piece by piece. Jacob was rushed to surgery with catastrophic injuries, torn ACL, damaged ligaments, and even a fractured shin bone. Doctors spent over 4 hours reconstructing his knee, inserting screws and pins just to stabilize it. His recovery could take close to a year, and even then, doctors aren't sure he'll ever regain the explosiveness that made him special. Backstage, the Anoa'i family is furious. Some blame WWE for letting the assault go so far, accusing management of prioritizing shock value over safety. Others blame Solo Sikoa, saying he failed to protect Jacob when he needed him most. Roman Reigns reportedly isn't happy either, claiming this never would have happened under his leadership. Meanwhile, Drew McIntyre is doubling down on social media, saying wrestling is a tough business and mocking anyone who can't handle it. WWE publicly suspended him, but insiders claim the company is quietly thrilled with the attention, using the controversy to make Drew the most hated heel in wrestling. The line between storyline and reality has never been thinner. Fans are furious, calling for real consequences, even suggesting Drew's actions could qualify as assault. But legally, wrestling's gray area makes prosecution nearly impossible. Jacob Fatu's injury isn't just a tragedy, it's a turning point. The Bloodline has lost its enforcer. Drew McIntyre has become a monster in every sense, and the entire locker room is on edge. But the story isn't over.